What's up, YouTube? Garden220 here, and welcome back to part 2 of Chapter 2 on the Road to Independence campaign. And the last part, we took over this wooden fort, Fort Duquesne, I think. That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, whatever, we took over this fort. And currently we are reinforcing George Washington's army. And we have 2 more line coming to help take over these colonial militia. They have 70 range, so they say they're skirmishers, but they have just as much range as the line infantry. So I'm just going to end the turn kind of rapidly as the forces get into position. Okay, we'll disband these 2 units. Meanwhile, we're going to obviously make sure all our units are 100% recruited. And this one should be moving down. So these allied Iroquois haven't helped so much. Undeveloped plantation. Let us build a small tobacco plantation and a peasant farm. Woodstock. And this is clover plantations, Virginia. Thought I built all this stuff in the last chapter. So are you guys cool? Hello, French. So they have flintlock armed citizenry that have the profile of the Minutemen. And we have... oh, they also have a bunch of Marine... why are they calling them Marines? What are we called? Just line infantry? Yeah. Okay. So they have some pretty damaged cannons. I am totally willing to fight this. Let's go on the battle map. Yeah, that's kind of... I should probably start editing out these loading screens, but I'm just having fun talking about history and the quotes and stuff here. I would sooner fail than not be among the greatest. I feel like right now in my courses at college, I'm reading a bunch of English literature, and we read Geoffrey Chaucer and the Canterbury Tales. I kind of like the... it's called... we're looking at the context of these texts we're reading, so like historical time periods and stuff. So I did a group presentation about Shakespeare's life, like the battles. Well, I did the military stuff. I like that, so I'm not going to talk about his poems and stuff. I'm not going to talk about like my goal was the political and military time period stuff that was going on. So here's the plan: bombard the French. Good plan. Good plan. With our cavalry units that are replenished, that won't get stuck on any bridges. That was a weird glitch. I have not seen that glitch before in Empire. But I gotta say, this game has so much replayability, just for me at least, because there's... I mean, one, you got this excellent, like, Road to Independence campaign. I gotta say, for an American, you know, for a bunch of these, a bunch of games don't really have the Americans. Another Total War, this is the only Total War with the Americans in them. Yeah, they're the British colonials right now, but none of them really have any of this stuff. I'm trying to come off the hill and form a battle line here. It looks like we're going to be targeting some of these houses, and that's their fort behind them. I say this, you know, I used to not do a ton of fort battles on pikemen. Nice. Those arms system have pikes. I used to not do a ton of battles on Empire, these kind of siege type battles. But I gotta say, coming back to it makes me like say this is awesome. Yeah, there's some glitches and stuff, but overall pretty good. We got some Marines over there. I got news for you. We're all gonna target this house, I hope. I could probably storm this house. Reminds me of my multiplayer battle I did. I hopped on Napoleon a week ago or so, just to try some, you know, multiplayer stuff. And we do Matt Waterloo with the houses, and I was commanding the right flank of Waterloo on the hill as the British. And I didn't bother fortifying that house because I knew whatever. I looked at his army; he had a bunch of old guard and young guard. I knew if I put men in the house, he'd just get destroyed. So he took over that house and put like hundreds of troops in there. Should we just not have a shot? I'll pack up the artillery. So we have some light cavalry on that side. Okay. We're not just going to stand here and watch the enemy and wait for our clock to expire. Gonna push through the woods, kick out any French that may still be lingering there. I'm gonna reposition my artillery. Start taking some shots on the French up there on the hill coming out of their fort. And George Washington and the various colonial light cavalry units will be over here. We're starting to get shot at. We're in a big blob here, so these are skirmishers of some type. They look like skirmishers. Yeah, Empire was also the first total war. Look at that guy, pretty awesome. It was also the first total war where you could actually occupy a house. Let's go, boys. Charge into the house. Oh, they're coming out. They're like, oh, we don't want to fight these Brits. We're going to bayonet someone. So these guys came out of the house. Oh, these are just flintlock armed citizenry. They look kind of like skirmishers. We will continue our advance. I'm not paying attention. We're getting charged. Oh, more French units appearing from our flank. I'm going to form another battle line there. Huh, cool. So they are outflanking me there. I don't like that huge hill advantage the French have. I'm going to flank around to this side. Meanwhile, we have the... Oh, that's what the French are doing. They're trying to flank around me here. They're even running their men to try to regroup on the hill. So with my my force of infantry, I'm gonna move in and pretty much try to intercept these guys. Then obviously I'll move men up here. Still keeps them at the crossing here. If these guys decide to go back, are these, did they regroup? Yeah, these guys regrouped, I think. I should reposition my men. The French are coming down off the hill. These guys are going to be tired, though. At least I know our flanks are pretty secure. Oh, come on, guys. We need to be running. We'll hopefully rip right into their flank here. Fire! You know, they say the British wore red, and that was a dumb idea because you can't blend with camo on anything. What about the French wearing white? I know they wore white. I should look up the... I know they had like white and blue. I wonder why they... Oh, that's high. Did I do that? No, my cannons aren't even unlimbered. Okay, we're meeting the French over here. I'm gonna bring these guys up. So our flanks are, our lines are a little messy here because we have a fight on the hill of them running past us, trying to get up the hill, and then we have them over here. But this is the back of our line here, and things we have to go past all our guys though to get to that. We have an engagement here, though. We're losing a lot of regulars to this Marine unit over here. Oh, great. We have more foot Marines. Yeah, I don't think we're going to lose that fight. Interesting how they're going right toward the What are you crazy guys doing? To stop the reinforcements from getting up to that fort. We have pushed back them in the center here, so I'm going to move up with the forces here and proceed toward the gate. Haha, you French, you're running away. Just kidding, I don't like that stereotype. World War II really messed up the French image, at least. Kind of like, I could run after these arms history. How are we doing over here with these guys? We're taking casualties and not shooting back at them. You know, when Empire Total War came out, everyone liked the melee of stuff, right? They didn't like the gunpowder in Medieval 2 and stuff, and it's like, oh, this is all gunpowder. I guess if you can utilize your cavalry though correctly and do a whole lot of damage. Okay, we're gonna turn here. So is that not? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna spread out my lines here. Okay, I'm not paying attention. Oh my goodness. I don't want to like screw my cannons here, but yeah, that's the one great thing about the Indians is that they can actually camouflage themselves. Are these armed citizens really fighting that hard? Okay, now that we've rested, I'm gonna climb the fort here. These guys are very tired. We're fresh, so we might as well just charge them. We do heavily outnumber these guys. Deploying up there, so I got my general here. I'm going to bring these guys up also. The French are starting to overwhelm us, so I'm going to retreat further up the hill. In fact, I'm going to bring all my forces pretty much up the hill right now. They've gone behind our lines. I did not think there were that many of them. I'm going to force, my cannons are going to be forsaken here. I'm going to run up my rangers. We got to provide some kind of rear guard action. And my cavalry's going to get up there. I hope all my units should be good. Now I'm going to send one unit to take on the cannons here. And the other units are going to provide a rear guard action. Because the Indians are coming. We have taken over this area though, so good, we're still fresh. Oh nice, we did run over all. Yeah, good, we did run over these guys. Okay, so we have these guys up here guarding the hill. Is that gate gonna open? Nice. I'm gonna run in here with these guys. These rangers realize, oh my gosh, we're behind enemy lines. That would be good to get out, get back to our friendly lines here. I'm gonna try to go through this gate here. All my cannons have been utterly scalped and destroyed by the Indians. I knew I was gonna lose them, and it's just like, matter of time. Good thing is we got George Washington up. I've reformed my lines at the top of this hill here. I'm still kind of in the process of doing that, but we have some thin lines. But look at that, full volley on these guys, and they're hitting the ground. Yeah, you gotta zoom in. So they're gonna crest the hill and Yeah, they're cresting the hill now. 48. So out of curiosity, how did all these guys die? They like fall off. Kill this general's bodyguard here. Where my cavalry? Cavalry go. It might have been the cannons. Combination with the soldiers and the cannons there, and my men are exhausted. Where are these guys going? Come back here, you cowards. Really, guys? Can you really not kill 5 horses? So I got news for you. My cavalry is in the fort now. Just getting these guys off their batteries. Okay, come on. Good, we just killed their general. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that these guys are going to get into a line here. Well, one, because we have the hill advantage over here, we are decimating these guys. I mean, we're just... Yeah, I know they took some fire on this side, but... Fire by rank is like the best thing on this game ever. But, now I'm going to start sending in men. So they've now taken some shots. And if those guys, after the first volley goes, I'm going to throw my cavalry in. This guy's still fighting. You're brave, the 8th Regiment of 24 pounders. Okay, now I'm going to charge into their flank there. We have our men coming through. These guys are just getting mowed down. I'm going to send even more men toward this area here. It's a pretty brutal fight on these stairs. I'm going to send my men around here, so hopefully they can... I didn't know these could get on top of the walls. So I'm going to send my men over around this side so they can hopefully flank around. Okay, now I'm going to pull back my cavalry because they're taking quite a lot of casualties. So I'm hoping... Okay, they're going to split themselves, but at least they'll coming in from multiple directions. So now the cavalry stopped harassing the 7th Marine unit over here. We are taking a lot of shots into the back of these guys. That AI army, I underestimated how big it was, and it completely came from behind me and killed my cannons there. Yep, just goes to show you, long lines really do help. Losing decisively, of course. They got 3 units shooting at them. Down to 11 men, still standing. These guys are brave. The French are fighting the death. Level the officers, one of like the 3 guys left. Will he go down? Oh, that whole regiment just got killed. So the only people left are the armed Cicerone that are fighting. I don't mind. Let's bring Washington in the fort. He deserves to capture back Fort Necessity. Well, I mean, it's not Fort Necessity, but he deserves to capture it back. So the only guys that are left are really the armed Cicerone here, and then 1 Indian who just died. I'm still shocked at like Does it look like a single British or French soldier died? I don't know what happened there. Maybe... Oh, well... It looks like... You see how this goes all the way down? It looks like this got damaged enough that it just collapsed on those guys that were coming down from the French artillery. Anyway, the French are pretty much in retreat except for these irregular musketmen, but I'm going to pull these guys back into the fort. So all my units are there. These Rangers aren't too bad units, actually. I'm going to fast forward as the French forces run off. And we pretty much won this battle, guys. I hope you enjoy that. I kind of enjoyed, like, you know, we had the town element, we had the town battle there. I don't know what this was supposed to be. We had the town element, we had the fort, we had the reinforcements coming. I thought it was an exciting battle. Heroic victory, guys. Let's see what will happen. Will they put us into chapter 3? I don't think so.
The siege is lifted.
Congratulations, you successfully completed this mission. You have reaped the well-deserved rewards.
You have successfully captured Fort Niagara.
Niagara.
The Ohio Valley is now
Okay, never
firmly
mind.
under British control. However, the war against the French has now escalated across the entire 13 colonies, and it's not going well for the British. You must do what you can to help them overcome the French. Periodically, your government will issue missions for you to undertake.
Okay, they want us to capture... So let me get this straight. You want me to march, take another fort. I don't have the money to afford this. Huh. Interesting. I need to repair this building. So theoretically, if I were... Ah, peasant farms. Good. If I repair this, we can march on. I need to start replenishing my men. I lost a cannon. Big whoop. So I need to capture this fort in the Iroquois territory. Then move on to this area. Louisburg or something. Good. Well, that's this part 2 of the Road to Independence of the Chapter 2, Episode 2, whatever you want to call it. These guys need to replenish for a couple turns, and then we're going to move on. We have another big French fort to stop. I might try to siege these guys out, have them come to me. It's been rather costly, as you can see, taking these forts on, head-on, you know, militarily like I've done. So we'll see how that goes. COD4Man221 signing off. Hope you enjoyed.